Not sure if you could hear the rain right now, but it is pouring rain outside. Of course, the minute that I sit down to film this for you guys, it starts pouring rain. Well, hopefully the sound doesn't pick that up too much. I'm just hoping it doesn't, or that the rain stops or slows down very soon. Well, hello, it's Catherine. Welcome to another coffee chat. Today I don't actually have coffee because this is my second cup of caffeine. I already had my coffee for the day, so we've now switched over to tea. Tea is just the usual Trader Joe's English breakfast tea. You guys know it's one of my favorites. Today's coffee talk is all about the topic of minimalism. You guys sent in your questions on Instagram. If you guys are curious how to be a part of these videos, just make sure you guys are following me on Instagram, linked down below. I always have it listed the first few seconds of pretty much every video. So if you want to be a part of the next one, make sure you are following me on Instagram and send in your questions when I post. I just realized that I have not charged my camera, so we're not going to make this too long, and hopefully I can get through every question that you guys sent in. Wow, okay, you guys sent in a lot of questions, more than I actually realized, so I'm going to try my absolute best to get through all of these, and hopefully it answers your question and what you're looking for. Okay, like, I love it, but it's like a full downpour right now, and I feel like it's so loud. This is why I need one of those little external mics, but this camera does not support that, so I'm gonna have to upgrade the body of this camera decently soon so I can have that option. Okay, it kind of sounds like it's slowed a little bit, so we're just gonna hop into questions and see how much we can get through. First question says, how did you start your minimalism journey? I started mine back in 2015, I want to say. This was when I lived in LA. I lived in a studio with another person, and we had a lot of crap between the two of us, and we had moved like 6 times in the past year. After that studio, before, honestly, I was just so tired of having so much stuff to move. I think that's what really pushed me into this journey, and back in 2015, I think that's when a lot of people started to look into it a little more, or maybe that was just me because I feel like it's a little more mainstream now. But this was something that I discovered back in 2015 and really enjoyed it. I basically just looked up videos about it, looked on Pinterest, just kind of taught myself about what it was, how to get started with it, and here I am 4 years later, doing great. Oh, my neighbor's car is getting towed, and now I can hear the tow truck back there, so hopefully that doesn't start making even more noise too. Next question, how do you incorporate minimalism into your schoolwork example notes? So for my notes for school, I've talked about this plenty of times now. I use my iPad, and I have no longer been using pen and paper kind of notes, and that has helped me keep everything in one place, and it keeps me from having a notebook for every single class. So everything is just all in one place. I don't have to have like 6 different notebooks for every class that I'm taking. That has helped a ton. As far as school stuff, I've really realized that, like with my iPad, I just bring that or my laptop to school, take notes on that. I don't have a lot to carry. I bring maybe like 1 pencil, 1 pen for the off chances that I do have to actually write something in class. And other than that, I really don't need that much for class. A lot of it is online, or you can use your computer for stuff, so that is just how I've found I've been able to keep it very minimal and simple when it comes to school stuff. How to be minimalist on a budget and where to start? Well, I wouldn't say that you need a budget to be a minimalist. The first step to minimalism is, you know, kind of learning about it and understanding what you can get rid of. And I think this would actually help your budget long term. I know it's helped mine because I don't find myself going out and spending money on meaningless crap that I don't need. Every purchase that I have, it's usually with an intention. So that's just how my mind thinks about it when it comes to buying stuff. But as far as where to start with your research and really look into it. There is no right or wrong to minimalism. There is so many different types of minimalism. It's not just this one thing and you have to do it this way. Like, there are so many different approaches to it that it's kind of a cool concept, because someone may be a different type of minimalist than you are. There's some very extreme minimalists out there who live in like a little twin bed, have 1 chair, have 1 lamp, like they literally only have those things. But in their mind, that's because that's all they need. So I think more so with the idea of minimalism, it's coming to terms with what do you need? What are your like bare necessities? Oh, I don't know why that popped into my head, but like the bare minimum for your essentials. Like, what do you need? That's kind of where to start. How do I become a minimalist and stick to it? I will tell you, 4 years into my journey now, and the first year it was very like invigorating. I was very excited to like toss all this stuff and get rid of it. But now, as I keep going down the road, I would say it gets a little bit harder to do like big cleans because as you start to have less and less stuff, you really kind of wonder, okay, well, do I still need this? Do I keep this? Like, I feel like you're not getting as rid of much stuff over time, which is actually good because you really are minimalizing your items or what you, like your possessions and what you have. So as far as sticking with it, just kind of remind yourself why you want to get into it in the first place. Why is this important to you? And if it is something that is truly important and it's not just you wanting to like jump into this whole trend, then you'll truly stick with it. How to teach your significant other. Minimalism is the way to go. Oh, this one is difficult. I wouldn't say that you should force your significant other to be someone they are not. I do have a lot of friends that have significant others that are not into the minimalism approach. They hold on to a lot of things that have a lot of sentimental value, and I think that is where it begins. You have to give them time to process and understand and see if this is even something that they're interested in. But the biggest like key point in all of it is to get them to the point where they understand that these things, they need to detach themselves from these things and take away that sentimental value. That is really the biggest step in all of this, because if you aren't able to detach yourself from a lot of the things, you're probably not gonna feel like you're getting too far in your journey. What is your definition of minimalism / what does it mean to you? To me personally, minimalism is basically only owning the things that 1, make me happy, and 2, are things that add value to my life and add value to my surroundings. So I don't buy meaningless decor. As you guys know, my room is pretty simple as it is. I have basically what I need and what makes me happy, and beyond that, I really don't have too much around me. There's nothing in my room that I'm not a fan of or that I hate or that I don't understand why I have. Like, everything for me has a purpose and a place. How can I, as a normal person, become a minimalist? I think it's hard to declutter everything. Well, as again, I will come back to this point that you have to learn how to separate the sentimental value of something, because I know it's very difficult in your journey when you start. You have a lot of things that are very sentimental to you, and they may hold memories or like good times, all these things. There may be so many things attached to this one article. I know a lot of people have like band t-shirts or like t-shirts from their travels, stuff like that. And honestly, there's so many types of minimalism. So if clothing is something that you are gonna like stick with in your minimalism journey, and that is something that makes you happy and you want to have those pieces of clothing, cool, stick with that. Like, no one's telling you that you have to get rid of them. But I will say a lot of like items, like decor items or little like knickknacks and stuff like that. One thing that I have found, I've heard this multiple times somewhere, I can't remember where, but instead of keeping the item itself and having it take up that space in your environment, take a picture of it and keep the picture and have the picture to remind you of those memories rather than the object itself. Because honestly, in the end, you're always gonna have those memories, whether you have the object or not, they're still gonna be with you. So if you're able to kind of separate that and pull it apart and be like, okay, well, I don't need this piece to remind me of the memories, I think that will help a ton. Okay, this one is quite long. There's like 3 different things to it. She said something about, you've been doing a lot of haul style videos. How do these new products fit into a minimalist lifestyle? I feel like I'd feel overwhelmed with things. That is a very, very good question. I will say this, so with my closet and the things that I own, fashion is something that I do enjoy and I've always enjoyed. But I'm gonna be real with you guys, there was a point in my life where I was so incredibly broke. Like, if I've been there before, I'm sure a lot of people have, or people are going through that now, but there was a point in my life where I literally could not afford to buy one new article of clothing for about a year and a half straight. That was the very last thing that was on my priority list, was buying new clothes. So something for me now, when I do buy these new clothes or I get these clothes from companies, as you guys saw, if you saw my last minimalist kind of video, it was where I was decluttering my closet. I still took a chunk of that stuff out to sell onto my Poshmark, because I always feel like, okay, as you bring new stuff in, you always have to get rid of other stuff, and instead of just like throwing it away or something like that, I want to either donate it or sell it on Poshmark so someone else can find and have some use out of it. Okay, this one I like too. It says, if you haven't always been into minimalism, how did you handle / process getting rid of your possessions? For me, I want to say it was a lot easier to detach myself from these items and take away that sentimental value from all the knickknacks and stuff that I had. Honestly, as a kid, I probably had so much crap. I was cleaning my room all the time, and it always felt like there was just so much stuff, and I hated cleaning my room. But trust me, I did have a lot of items with sentimental value, and I have always been in a family where we move a lot. We've moved all the time as I became an adult and started living on my own, and significant others, stuff like that. I was always back and forth, moving to new places, living in a different home, and for me, moving and having to pack up all that crap over and over again was something that made it very, very easy for me to be like, okay, I'm still gonna remember this memory of this item, but I don't need to hold on to it anymore, because it just sits there and it has no purpose in my life. It's not doing anything for me, it's not benefiting me, and it's not really making me happy having a box of crap just sitting there. So for me, being able to get rid of stuff was honestly not that hard of a process. I know a lot of people have a very difficult time with it, but for me personally, I didn't find it that difficult. What was the hardest thing to cut back on buying / indulging in? For sure, at the beginning, it was decor. I'm someone that used to like switching up my space a lot with new stuff. Not to say that I don't like switching up my space now, because trust me, I do. I move the furniture in my room around constantly just because I like the feel of the fresh start, you know, something like that. As you guys can tell, the mirror is no longer behind me. I actually moved my desk out of my room and created an office space for myself, so my room is kind of like a no work zone besides filming videos, just because I love the background in here. But decor used to be the one place where I would splurge constantly, and it just started making no sense over time, especially as I started to get into my minimalism journey. I started to find little pieces, plants, stuff like that here and there that made me happy and kind of went with the flow of my space and made sense, rather than just like, oh, this thing's cute, I'm just gonna put it in my room somewhere, like I just want to have it because it's cute. No, basically everything that I have now, it serves a purpose and, you know, goes with the flow of my space. What is the one thing you like most about minimalism? Honestly, it makes cleaning and tidying up so incredibly easy for me now. Like, I can clean my whole space top to bottom, maybe like 30 minutes with like a deep clean. Like, I really don't have that many surfaces to clean or like all that kind of stuff. It just makes it really easy to clean, and it's easy to keep clean because I don't have a lot of stuff that just goes everywhere. Someone asked about the school supplies that I keep in my school bag being a minimalist. Well, I did just do an updated what's in my college bag, which is actually like a purse that I use now, which honestly I freaking love that thing. So I will have that video linked down below if you guys are curious. I really don't have that much in my bag now. I basically have exactly what I need for class. And again, the last few were all about tips and how to start a lifestyle like this. Number one tip: do your research, look into it, understand the different kinds and understand the benefits of it and how it can help you. And, you know, decide if this is something that you really want to do. If you're ready to part with your items and, you know, declutter your life, it's really a great feeling. I think my camera is dying, so I'm gonna end the video here. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, and I'll catch you guys next time.